Hello viewers, welcome back. In this episode, I am going to build spoke wheels. From the early planning stage of this project, I intended to use spoke wheels. I thought I could install those 18-inch wheels with just a little modification. But the genuine GV250 wheels are 16 and 15 inches. 18-inch wheels are too big for her that it could possibly damage the engine or the chassis. And each rim's width, material, and condition differences were issues too. In the end, I decided to replace them with 17-inch rims myself. First things first, let's take the wheels apart quickly. Done. This is the 18-inch wheel we are going to work on. The first thing that comes to mind is what spoke length fits a 17-inch rim. But before that, there are a few things you need to know about spoke wheels. First, the number of spokes. A typical motorcycle spoke wheel has 36 in the front and 32 in the rear. Second, spokes in one wheel have different lengths. Let's sort them into outer and inner by the spoke holes. The inners are long, the outers are short. Each side of hub has its own inner and outer holes. Before disassembling your wheel, take as many photos as you can of the lacing pattern from various angles. It'll help future you. And the spoke shape. This one is a J-band. This one is a straight-ish band. Commonly and obviously, both wheels use the same spoke shape, but in this project, we used both shapes. J-band in front, straight-ish in rear. Depending on the shape, the measurement point and lacing difficulty can vary. Lastly, the spoke thickness. Usually, the rear spokes are thicker. Let's measure current spokes. Label the short spokes as LOS and the long ones as LOL. And note the numbers. Now, let's look at the limb. In the motorcycle industry, the inner diameter of the limb is called the ELD because it's very annoying to measure. Anyway, this ELD is the most important measurement for calculating the new spoke length. Let's call the ELD of the 18-inch rim A and ELD of the 17-inch rim B. Subtract B from A and divide by 2 and you will get this. It's too long. Let's just call it LS. Subtract LS from the LOL and LOS. That's the length of the new spokes. Easy. Let's say all you have are limbs and hubs you bought on impulse, without any limbs or spokes to use as a reference. Let's go online. Wait a second. Search for a spoke calculator. The results are all for bicycle. Even if you add motorcycle, it's the same. They all ask for tons of numbers, lengths, thickness, diameters, blah blahs. You will probably try to measure your hub, dreaming of that happy moment when the calculator kindly gives you the spoke length. But soon you will realize it's impossible with just one or two measuring tools you have. 아이, 더러워서 못 해먹겠네, 씨. But luckily, now you watching my channel. I'll give you the ultimate answer. Your despair ends here. Alright, everything is ready. Here is the limb, hub, and spokes. Let's color them to make it easier to see. I will follow usual 2-cross pattern and skip the complicated technical stuff because I don't know it. Let's start with the left inner spokes. Let's connect the first spoke at here. At this point, check the holes on the limb. They match the spoke angle and side. And tighten the nipple very lightly by hand, just enough to keep it from pulling off the spoke. With each motorcycle, bicycle or human, every nipple should be handled very gently with fingers. The second spoke goes 4 holes away from the first spoke. Good. Lace the remains in the same way. Next is the left outer spoke. In the 2-cross pattern, the inner and outer spokes cross each other at a nearly right angle. Here is the hole closest to a right angle with the first inner spoke. So the spoke hole on the limb goes here. 1, 2, the second hole from the second inner spoke. As you can see, they cross over twice. That's why it's called a two-cross pattern. Lace the remaining spokes in the same way. Let's move to other side, the right inner spokes. Here are two more important points. First, inner to inner and outer to outer spokes are parallel and do not cross each other. Second, the rim-side spoke holes for two parallel spokes are right next to each other. Let's start here. This hole is next to the left inner spoke and lines are parallel to it. Remains in the same way. The final right outer spokes will be a piece of cake. This is the front wheel. As I mentioned earlier, the front wheel uses J-bend spoke. In this clip, I'm putting all the spokes in the hub. In this hub, all the spokes are inserted from the outside and bent at a 90-degree angle. So, if I lace the spokes one by one, the earlier ones block the path for the later ones. It was the only way, but it turned out to be extremely confusing. If you get one thing wrong, the mistakes will cascade. First attempt, fail. On the second try, I taped the outer spokes. In this video, you can see two guys lacing the wheel. If you are a middle-aged man who talks less and gets more stubborn, never try to do this with someone else. Lacing is like magic. When two people do it, the work time magically doubles. After reworking twice, finally, the front wheel is done. Before lacing the rear wheel, this is the cheapest replacement hub for Honda CRF series I showed you at the beginning. This one is more expensive for the same bike, but has much better quality. I'm sure you know the reason why I'm replacing it. Let's lace the rear wheel. The rear wheel uses straight-ish spokes. In the video, I put all the spokes into the hub, but that was a dumb idea. It is because of the trauma I got from building the J-bend wheel first. Fail. As you can see, this hub has holes pre-machined for the spoke direction. So, you can easily lace it in the order. You just need to watch the spoke hole positions on the limb. This dumb trauma reaction cost me a rework, but compared to the J-bend, it's way easier and faster. And that's it. Touring is the crown jewel of the wheel building. It is the holy process that turns individual aluminum and steel parts into one of the greatest inventions of Homo sapiens, the wheel. Like every great human invention, doing it yourself is incredibly annoying. Basically, touring is adjusting spoke tension to keep the rim straight, true, and centered with the hub and axle. Vertical touring adjusts spoke tension at high and low spots to correct vertical learnout. Horizontal touring corrects lateral learnout by adjusting spoke tensions on both sides of the hub. Many videos and articles about touring simply say tour it in this order: vertically, horizontally, then center it. That's true if it means touring as regular maintenance. But the touring as part of wheel building is a bit different in concept. Because right after lacing, the limb has no reference point and no uniform spoke tension. If you take this literally and get obsessed with vertical touring from the beginning, those sections will shift during horizontal touring, and some nipples will end up over-tightened. In the end, the rim may work through, but the tension's uneven. Fix the tension, and it goes out again. It's like limbo. Well, for now, forget about centering. What you should focus on is not just aligning the rim vertically and horizontally. It's aligning the rim vertically and horizontally while keeping the spoke tension as even as possible. It means you should focus on what your hands feel, not just what your eyes see. When all spokes evenly tightened and the rim roughly true, set your vertical and horizontal guides, then do detailed touring and centering. Tighten all the nipples firmly, evenly, and gradually, and the touring is done. If I put the touring process in order, it's this. Throughout the whole process, keep these in mind. No rush. Lacing is not racing, and there is no shortcut for touring. Mark reference points on the rim or spokes from the beginning, and update them if needed. Frequently, spin the wheel and check each condition. Set your own tightening feel and angle. For example, turn each nipples 45 or 90 degrees at a time. Keep runout as small as possible, but don't chase perfect alignment. Plus minus 1 mm is fine. And for safety, always remember to let your rival test ride it first. Of course, never let your rival know it's a test ride. This is the front wheel right after lacing. First, fix the major wobbles. I'm using a power tool here, but as you can see, it should be used only briefly and carefully. Next, adjust the high spot with a spoke wrench. There is no secret trick or shortcut here. The only tip is to keep spinning the wheel frequently and adjust each nipple evenly. Once everything is aligned, tighten the nipples evenly and firmly. That's it. The rear wheel is the same process, so I will skip it. Honestly, I didn't film it. That's how I built my own spoke wheels. I hope this video helps with your own wheel building project. Lastly, here are 5 pieces of advice you should carve into your heart. If you keep that in mind, your wheel will run better and ladies will remember you as a gentleman. This project is costing way more time and money than I ever planned. I don't know how long it will take, but I'm going to share the whole process until this bike hit the road. Your subscription and views help bring that day closer, and the day fit my grid too. So please subscribe for my grid. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, ride safe and take care.